Deaf Truckers United. I would like to share with you briefly about the past in the 1800s. The deaf people were not even allowed to drive cars. They fought their legal rights to drive cars, and they won because they proved themselves that they were better drivers than hearing drivers. Somewhere down the road, there was a regulation created under FMSCA that prevents many deaf people from driving trucks. I strongly believe that the law is moot and outdated because I discovered auto insurance companies recognize deaf drivers have had better driving records than hearing because the vision has taken over the years. I asked hearing truckers to see if they can hear 50 feet behind the wheel, and they said no. If the hearing trucker can't hear, then I feel that there's nothing wrong with deaf drivers to drive trucks. FMSCA has created waivers for many years forcing deaf people to wear hearing aids that they do not need. Today, there is no evidence of why people with over 40 decibels of hearing loss have issues. They have found that many modern technologies inside the truck will assist them to detect any malfunction, air brake issues, warning light, PSI, or Qualcomm. And yet, the FMSCA has found proof that deaf people drove for years effectively and with no problems. Deaf truckers are professional truck drivers. For some strange reason, Tuesday, October 11th, the National Association of the Deaf finally announced that the FMSCA will allow deaf people to drive with a Class A and B license. This is a moment in history. We do not know if the pressure of social media helped, but we believe for past many years we have had many people get involved with us, including Alan Smith of social media. We believe that the hearing trucker issues are the same as the deaf trucker issues. We agree with the needs of hearing truckers and that the FMSCA is not doing a good job on ensuring the right safety issues are overseen. We are a perfect example of why they're not doing their job. The deaf truckers have suffered for many years, but the laws are still there. We want to be treated as any driver out there. We are equal to them, and the truth is that it's all about the skills applied on a daily basis, just like any other hearing truckers perform on the road. We just need a paper in advance and go by the numbers. If a deaf trucker can't speak and perform the driving job, why discriminate against the deaf trucker? There are over 70 deaf truckers in the USA with no accident rates. We have found that in Canada and Australia, they do allow deaf truckers to drive within their own country. And why is it so hard in the United States of America? We would like to propose to FMSCA to remove the below laws because they are not safety issues. Number 1, to remove the FMSCA 3 regulations of 391.11, 391.41, and 391.43. We want to be able to drive trucks without any hearing aid requirements because it doesn't help some of us. We want to remove the requirement to speak English because we need an ASL interpreter from time to time. ASL is still the same as English. It is just interpreted differently. We encourage the FMSCA to oversee the current laws that are forced. We do not want to have waivers to drive. We want to be treated as any driver out there. We are all equal. There's a strong need to oversee the poor decisions of the FMSCA in the past and present. That is why we, the deaf community of truckers, and many truck drivers are here today. Again, because of all of these people, it is all a reason and possible. Because the FMSCA are not doing their correct job to ensure that the true meaning of safety is upheld, there are so many regulations that are falsely represented. We just want them to oversee the current laws and make the mandatory changes that will make it possible for us to have our livelihood. Again, they're not doing their job. We're being falsely represented. And remove the 3 laws above, if possible. Please remember that driving trucks is about skills and experience, not if you can hear. I would like to say thank you on behalf of Brenda Palomino, deaf trucker advocate and researcher.